They were sky high for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games. And during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Clark, she struggled with turnovers, and the discourse, it was really centered around this just being an adjustment period. But then Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016, which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika Catching's career. So Caitlin, she continues to make history. She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception. So the Fever, they were hosting the Sparks in this one. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton, Chiney pulling up to take in the action.
He's been consistent.
Yeah, he's been showing up. Third quarter was we're going to pick this one up, tied at 55. Clark hits the crossover. What?
When you're able to just dribble like that back, you gotta, that's just hard. It's hard. You gotta send more help.
By the way, her 100th three-pointer through the season, 34 games, passing Ryan Howard with the fewest career games to reach 100 points. And then just a couple seconds
in transition, later, she is so fast, deceptively fast. That's why they are able to score these big numbers, because they do their damage in transition.
Right here, Clark, quick 5 points for Clark. Fever lead 66.
Ooh, tough one. A little push off to 3.
And then Fever pushing their lead again. So let's go ahead, Sinead, here to the fourth quarter. Early fourth, the Fever up. Clark dribbles behind the back, drains the 3.
It's like pick your poison, right, but you can't, because all of the players are playing well.
She finished with 4 3-pointers. Clark, what? A little dime behind the back to Aaliyah Boston for the bucket and the foul. I mean, just making phenomenal passes, and then Boston with the finish there. She's fired up after that
energy.
One. And then under 30 seconds left to play here. She's 1 rebound shy of a triple-double, and she knows it.
This is actually it's really funny if you watch Kelsey Mitchell, because she's like looking around like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah,
I don't know if she knew the memo.
Making sure. Clark gets high fives from her teammates after she secures her 2nd triple-double of the season. Take a listen to Clark's reaction post-game.
Did you know you were 1 rebound away from your 2nd triple-double?
Of course I knew, but somebody had to get the rebound, so AB was joking. We always joke about stealing each other's rebounds, so it's funny.
I mean, of course she knew. She was hunting that rebound down. 24 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. The Fever win their 5th in a row for the first time since 2015. So Caitlin Clark finished with that triple-double. She just continues her superstar trajectory. She's the only rookie in WNBA history with the triple-double, and now has 2 in her debut campaign. 2024 is the 25th season for the Fever in the W, and Clark is the only player in franchise history to ever get a triple-double. And you know we had to bring in our girl Sinead to break it all down. What have you seen, Sinead, from Caitlin during this Fever turnaround?
Look, the hottest team in the WNBA right now is the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Mitchell has been balling. Lexi Hall has been an X factor, and that was a great chess move, just getting this lineup with chemistry. But make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years. Let me show you how good 22 has been. She's on pace to generate the most points in a season in WNBA history. As for this win streak, though, Caitlin has created 224 points between points scored herself and points assisted. That's almost 45 points per game, and the most by any player ever during a 5-game win streak. So let's take it to the court so I can show you how she gets it done. First, let's talk about off ball. This is an Iverson cut over 2 screeners. Then there's a pin down. Then there's a chase. Then there's a double contest, all to get this shot. That is not easy work, but she makes it look like slight work. Now let's go to on ball when she has the ball in her hands. She's initiating the offense, just able to use her skills, probing, good little quick screen, but then 2 go with her. Dantas is able to slip to the mid-range to knock down a nice bunny. So she's able to not only score herself, but she's distributing the ball. But last but not least, I mean, y'all, it's what I've said in transition. Once she gets the ball, you have to really sprint back because of plays like this. She's able to draw 2. I mean, these are elite advanced type of situations that rookies don't normally do. She just had her second triple-double, but don't sleep on her double-doubles. She has had 7 games with 20 points and 10 dimes. That's the third most in league history. The Fever are not a matchup that anybody wants to play right now, Malik.
It sounds like, Chiney, that if the Golden State Warriors are able to keep their heads above water here, Steph is in it for the long haul. But how confident are you that Golden State can do just that?
As long as Steph sounds just that confident, I'm cool with the Golden State Warriors' plan to really maximize on their prime. Now, the true thing is that the Warriors, they've already done the hard thing. They broke up their core. They broke up the pieces together that built that dynasty. But they did that for a reason, to be able to have the right pieces for the future, for the next, the contract? Next 3 years for Steph Curry. But this is still a team that has a lot of issues, right? They're 15th in defensive rating. They're 9th in offensive rating. Now they're still number 2, I believe, in 3-point makes, which is largely because of Steph, and adding Buddy Hield helps to maintaining that consistency in their identity. But they're going to have to find other stars, or at least get star-like production from the supporting cast. That has been the hallmark for Golden State. What is it? Strength in numbers?
Absolutely.
This is my one caveat. He was playing in the Olympics. LeBron James had a teammate on that squad. Kevin Durant had his teammate on that squad. When we look at these generational icons that we've experienced the last generation, Steph, it's like, where's his guy? Who's that go-to? They have to establish whether it's the collective or it's something within the next 3 years, a player that can really push them back to championship contention.
Right, because for many, many years, it was the Splash Brothers, 1, 2, book it. Now, Klay Thompson is with the Dallas Mavericks. And when you look at this Warriors team as it's currently constructed, it's not hard to see them sort of fighting in that sort of play-in range. But because we expect so much of Golden State, that somehow doesn't feel good enough. So, Zach, do you think the days of maybe truly being title contenders, are they behind Steph and the Warriors here?
Probably. It's going to take a home run, a lightning strike, something like the Spurs got with drafting Kawhi Leonard toward the end of Tim Duncan's prime. Because this is what happens to great legends who stay with one team. You win a lot, and while you're winning a lot, you draft at the bottom of the first round, so you're probably not getting any stars there. And then the core gets old, and it's hard to transition from old to great again while the old guys are still in the league. And that's where the Warriors are. They're a good team. This is a good, deep team in the Western Conference. They could win a round. If things go right, they could even win 2 rounds. But they're not a contender. And you know what? That can be okay. It's not a reflection of Steph. It's not necessarily a reflection of mismanagement, though they'd surely like to have that James Wiseman pick back. And they'll look for stars, just like they look for Paul George. They look for Lauri Markkanen. They've got picks to trade. They're not dead yet, but it's going to take one home run lightning strike to get back toward the top. And if they don't do it, that's fine. There's a good honor in being a one-team legend on good teams for the rest of Steph's career.
Right. You kind of look at Dirk maybe as a person you think of. Kobe Bryant most famously staying with the Lakers. But the last couple of years of Kobe's career, we all remember, of course, a 60-point game going out on a high note. But those last couple of years were a little bit tough to watch. So it's all good and fine as long as Steph thinks that it's good and fine, Bobby. What does the realistic path forward look like now that Golden State has Steph locked into this contract?
Well, Malik, I think the big question is Steph Curry content on just competing to get into the play-in every year? Certainly what happened last year and then losing to Sacramento. Because I think right now in early September, when you look at the Western Conference, there's probably 7 teams that are better than Golden State right now. And I think signing the extension eliminates the distraction, something that would have been asked upon in training camp as far as extending for another year, certainly with the deadline coming up here. But I'm not convinced, and certainly I think they're similar to where the Lakers are. They're a team that's good. They're a 45 to 46 win team, but we're not ready to put them up there in the top 4, top 5. And
hello, fans. Another achievement for Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. In a recent WNBA game, the point guard made history by recording an impressive triple-double in the Fever's 93-86 win over the Los Angeles Sparks. Clark, who is a leading contender for the Rookie of the Year award, put on a remarkable performance by hitting 4 3-pointers and scoring 24 points. She also contributed 10 rebounds and 10 assists, achieving her second triple-double of her career, which further cemented her as one of the league's top prospects. Clark's importance in this game was amplified by the fact that she became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 100 3-pointers in a single season. To put this feat in perspective, The previous record holder, Sabrina Ionescu, reached the feat in 39 games, while Clark did it in just 33 games. The excitement of the crowd at Gainbridge Fieldhouse was palpable when she intercepted a late Kia nurse miss, prompting a roar of applause from the stands. In addition to Clark, the Fever's victory also featured significant contributions from forward Aaliyah Boston, who tallied 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kelsey Mitchell also played a key role, contributing 18 points. The team's collective performance was crucial in keeping the Fever in a competitive position this season. The Indiana Fever, who started the year with a challenging 1-8 record, now sit at 18-16 and firmly in the hunt for the postseason. This impressive turnaround since returning from the Olympics is evidenced by the fact that the team is 7-1 in their last 8 games, with their only loss coming against the Minnesota Lynx. The team's significant improvement highlights the resilience and hard work of all members, both on and off the court. Caitlin Clark, before the game against the Sparks, spoke about the importance of the win and the need to stay focused. "It's definitely something special," she said, referring to qualifying for the postseason. "But for us, the goal is more than just making the playoffs. We want to keep improving and enjoying every moment. Yes, we've made it here, but there's still a lot of work to be done." Erica Wheeler, a veteran Fever player, also emphasized the importance of staying focused. "The work isn't done," Wheeler said. "We still have 6-7 games to go, and we can't get carried away with the excitement. As a veteran, I know it's important to stay focused and not just think about the playoffs. We have to take every game seriously and keep working hard." This thoughtful, focused approach is essential to the Fever's continued success as the team prepares for the final stretch of the season and a potential run at the WNBA title. Now, we want to hear from you. Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and analysis on the world of sports. Thank you for following NBA News on TV, and we hope to see you again soon.